Dobry dzień chłopki i dziążki, as we say here in southern Poland, in Silesia where I live. I don't speak the local dialect, but I can understand a bit. My name is Artem. I was born in western Ukraine, namely in Volhynia region, which was previously part of Poland. That's why I have Polish ancestry, and because of my Polish ancestry, I started to learn Polish and moved here after the full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine. I will try to translate everything I say in the foreign languages into English after I finish each sentence. If I forget, I will put something like the subtitles or such things on the video so that you can understand what I'm saying in each of the languages, because I will be mostly talking about my language learning journey, the importance of the language I'm speaking for me or for the world around me. So I know that this is seems that's probably the easiest for people to talk about, because when you learn the language, you naturally, when speaking to other people, you want to explain why you learned it, how you learned it, etc., etc. But that's basically the easiest thing you can come up with when making this kind of video. So forgive me. Talking about English, English is my working language now. I work in it, I teach in it. It's one of the most it's one of the foreign languages which are the most comfortable to speak for me, because I speak it regularly and I learn it at the university. Okay, now to Polish. Skoro jestem Ukraińcem z pochodzenia, z polskim pochodzeniem, dlatego że mój dziadek jest Polakiem po stronie matki i moja prababcia jest Polką po stronie ojca. Ja od 10 lat zacząłem oglądać, kiedy miałem 10 lat, zacząłem oglądać polskie kreskówki. So as a Ukrainian of Polish descent, so my grandfather is Polish, my grandfather on my mother's side, and my great grandmother on the father's side also is Polish. So when I was 10 years old, I started to watch Polish cartoons. Potem przez parę lat, już kiedy kończyłem szkołę, zacząłem mieć zajęcia z nauczycielami z polskiego, z polonistami. Najpierw z panią z Łódzka, potem z polonistką, z profesorką Uniwersytetu imienia Jana Franki w Lwowie, co mi bardzo pomogło w rozwinięciu moich umiejętności mówienia i pisania. So when I was closer to finishing my school, like at Form 8, I think, I started to take Polish classes. First from a woman from Lutsk, which is a city like 35 kilometers from my native town, and next from a Polish language professor in Lviv Ivan Franko National University, which helped me a lot to build up my speaking and writing skills. Teraz przeprowadziłem się do Polski. Studiuję tutaj biotechnologię inżynierską na Uniwersytecie Opolskim. Język polski jest wokół mnie cały czas. Współlokatorzy, koledzy z grupy, profesorzy, internet, YouTube, wiadomości, sklepy itd. itp. So now I'm studying biotechnology and bioengineering in the Opole University, and the Polish language is around me all the time. My neighbors, my colleagues, I mean my group mates, my professors at the university, the people at in the streets, at shops, etc. I dlatego jakby posługuję się językiem polskim na co dzień. Może nie mówię jeszcze idealnie, ale planuję ulepszać mój język polski. Teraz czytam na przykład książkę Olgi Tokarczuk, Empuzjon. Maybe I don't speak it the best I potentially can, but I plan to better my Polish skills. For example, now I am reading a book by Olga Tokarczuk. She is a writer who has got a Nobel Prize a couple of years ago. Okay, now switching to Slovak, for example. Som začal sa učiť slovenčinu, keď som začal pozerať videa Muna. To je taký pro tých, ktoré nevedia, to je taký slovenský youtuber, ktorý je populárny v Československu. On začínal ako youtuber o Minecraftu, ale teraz má svoje animácie, má svoje inné videá, ktoré sú zaujímavé pre mňa, i preto som sa naučil trochu hovoriť po slovensky. So I started learning Slovak when I started watching the videos of one Slovak YouTuber. His name is Moon. He started as a Minecraft YouTuber, but next he switched more to making very interesting animations, basically telling about his life. So on hovoril o svojom živote. Teraz moja slovenčina nie je dobrá, nebudem vám lhať, pretože ad jedna neviem ešte spoustu slov, neviem ešte veľa slov. Mám mám poľský prízvuk, mám ešte veľa českých slov v mojej slovenčine. So I won't lie to you, my Slovak is not the best. I speak with a Polish accent. I mix up Czech and Slovak a lot. So for me it's still hard to speak Slovak. It's a bit easier for me to write in it because the keyboard helps and you have the time to think about the proper grammar and stuff. Je pre mňa ešte ľahšie, keď píšem po slovensky, pretože mi klávesnica pomáha, pretože mám čas pomyslieť o tom, čo vám chcem povedať. Bol som v Bratislave i sa mi to mesto akože moc páčilo i chcem tam pojsť ešte raz, chcem pojsť do Košíc, ale keď bol som v Bratislave, cítil som, že moja slovenčina nie je ešte dosť dobrá, aby mohol som normálne rozprávať s ľuďmi. I went to Bratislava, I like the city much, I went to Vienna also, And when I was in Bratislava, I felt that my Slovak is not enough to speak with people. So yeah, now my next language in the order of fluency. Of course, I am skipping my native tongue Ukrainian because it's not important. You know, I am fluent. I speak my dialect. I speak my I speak the standard language. Okay, maybe I won't skip it. I will just speak a little bit in it. So, звичайно, українська це моя рідна мова. Я нею говорю з дитинства, від народження. І в школі я вивчив літературний стандарт, яким я зараз з вами розмовляю. Звичайно, як викладач української я мушу знати і викладати літературний стандарт. Я деколи роблю якісь примітки про те, як говорять люди в моєму регіоні. І навіть зараз, коли я говорю, ви можете почути, якщо добре прислухатись, звідки я є, тому що я ніколи в мові не стараюсь перейти на літературний стандарт. So a quick summary of what I've said so far is that as I'm from Volhynia, I speak my native dialect. Also in school I learned the literary standard. But when I speak, I have to teach the literary standard, I do. But when I speak, I don't switch to the literary standard for 100% of time, and it's still possible to spot some regional features like a bit different plural endings and stuff like that. For example, we say E instead of A after some consonants, but that's just the language stuff I won't get into in this video. And of course we have our regional words and phrases. І, звичайно, у нас є свої регіональні слова і фрази. So, the next language will be French, the language which I learned at school. Sorry, Frenchmen, if I speak too much with a Quebec accent, because now I speak. There was a period when I listened to Quebec French like too much, and I picked up some characteristics of the accent, but I will try to speak as proper French as possible, okay? Alors, j'ai appris le français à l'école. J'ai commencé quand j'avais 11 ans, et je l'ai appris à l'école pendant combien? Pendant 7 ans à l'école. Et après ça, j'ai continué à regarder les vidéos en français sur YouTube. J'ai continué à parler le français par exemple avec mon frère qui aussi l'apprend. Regarder les films, etc. etc. Okay, so what I've said that I started to learn French when I was 11 years old. I learned it in school for 7 years, and I still continued to watch something in French, to watch the movies, to listen to the language. I still understand it quite well, but my speaking skills have deteriorated a bit. But although I speak it a bit with my brother, who also learns it, but he is not a native speaker, and I don't have much native speakers to talk to now. Because I don't have time, I just focus on the input. Alors, je n'ai pas assez du temps pour pratiquer avec les locuteurs natifs parce que parce que je n'ai pas de temps et je n'ai pas de temps et moi j'aime écouter de la langue et pas parler. Okay, I like to listen to the language more than to speak. Ok, pasamos para el español. Yo hablo español de España. ¿Por qué? Porque yo hablo... Porque yo he escuchado solamente el español de España cuando yo empecé a aprender este idioma cuando tenía 14 o 15 años. So I speak the Spanish from Spain because that's the accent that I learned when I started to learn this language at the age of 14 or 15. So I'm now 19, so that will be like 4 or 5 years ago. And y en mayo o en junio yo tenía los clases con con el polaco, con el chico de Polonia que habla español muy bien y yo podevo yo podría practicar I could practice my Spanish tense is a bit off practicar con él mi español porque yo entiendo mucho yo puedo hablar un poco pero yo no había muchas ocasiones para hablar el español entonces mi habilidad de hablar es muy básica pero yo no quiero hablar español ahora. Yo quiero hablar español. Yo quería hablar español en el futuro, pero no ahora porque yo tengo otros problemas en mi vida. So what I've said so far is that I started to learn Spanish. Next, I had several lessons with a guy from Poland who speaks Spanish very well, and I could practice a bit with him. But my Spanish is still my speaking ability is still not great because I have not had pretty much any opportunities to speak it with people, and I don't look for them because that's not my priority in life now. I have some other problems to solve. Окей. Следующий язык русский. Я не буду на нем говорить много, потому что я не люблю русский язык, не люблю россиян, не люблю никого, кто на этом языке говорит. Потому что, вы понимаете, ситуация сейчас у нас в стране уже какая есть, но я понимаю русский язык, потому что он меня окружал так же, как и украинский от рождения, и всегда какие-то фильмы, какие-то мультики были на русском. Я бы даже сказал, что большинство мультиков, которые я смотрел, когда был мал, они были на русском. Но я говорю с украинским акцентом, и еще для меня бывает трудно говорить, потому что я очень мало это делал в жизни. So that was Russian. I said basically that I won't speak it a lot because I hate Russians. I hate Russia and anything that's related to them because of the current situation in Ukraine. The Russian language was around me since my childhood, basically for all my life until now. I still watch something in it. Я до сих пор что-то на ней всегда смотрю. На нем, на русском языке. И я... And I... but I can't speak it properly because I have almost never had the opportunity to speak it. That's why I have to look for words in my head, and I speak with a bit of Ukrainian accent in Russian. So, now German. Die deutsche Sprache. Ich habe die deutsche Sprache lernen angefangen, nachdem ich habe meine Matur geschrieben, weil ich wollte diese Sprache ein bisschen zu verstehen und zu sprechen können. Ein bisschen verstehen und sprechen können. Yeah, I think during I speak and next with the German sentence structure you have to change the grammar a bit because can it does not require to as in English, right? So I started to learn German after I wrote my exams at school, and this was I just wanted to understand it a bit and speak it a bit. Mein Onkel wohnt in Berlin und ich war in Berlin zweimal. Ich bin in Berlin zweimal gewesen und ich möchte das Staat, ich mochte die Leute, ich habe gerne mit den Leuten auf Deutsch gesprochen. So my uncle lives in Berlin. I have been there 2 times. I love the city. I love the people. I loved to speak with them. And hier in Schlesien die Leute müssen Deutsch sprechen, weil die Sprache ist sehr notwendig, wenn man zum Beispiel den Arbeitssuche. So here in Silesia, where I live, the language is very important. People should speak it, for example, when they look for their job, because there are many job offers that require German skills. The last sentence I just added when I spoke English. Ja. Ich verstehe ein bisschen, ich kann, wie Sie sehen können, ein bisschen Deutsch auch sprechen. Und das ist alles für Deutsch. So, as you can see, I can speak a bit, I can understand German a bit, and that's all for the German language. Now going to the unknown territories, let's say, the languages that I am weaker at, or considerably weaker. Let's start with Italian. Allora, ho cominciato a imparare l'italiano quando tenia quando quando ero como 16 anni, quando quando avevo 16 anni, as in Spanish I am pretty bad with tenses, so forgive me. So I started to learn Italian when I was 16, però il mio apprendizaggio, il mio apprendimento dell'italiano era solamente come con lo spagnolo. Io solamente ascoltavo la lingua e non facevo niente no, per apprenderla attivamente. But I only listened to the language, so I want to understand it, but I have not done anything to learn it to study it actively. Ok. E per questo motivo il mio italiano è malo, no, malo non esiste, non è non è bello, non è buon appreso. Mhm. And for that reason my Italian is bad, basically non land well. Okay, now the languages that I am like weak to the point that I can barely say something. Swedish. Jag har börjat lära mig svenska när jag hade 80 år eller 70 år. Jag har skrivit en bok på svenska och jag har tittat på två eller tre filmer på svenska. What I've said basically is that I started to learn Swedish when I was 18 or 17 years old. I've written a book, like a short story in Swedish, and I also learned to I also watched a couple of films in Swedish, a couple of old Swedish films in the Swedish television. När jag läser ingenting på svenska, jag kan förstå, men jag kan inte jag kan inte prata svenska. When I read something in Swedish, I can understand, okay, bit, general idea, but I don't speak, I cannot speak Swedish. So yeah, that was for Swedish. And that's pretty much all the languages I can speak. I can try to speak Belarusian, but I but I won't because I don't feel very confident. And the language is really similar to Ukrainian. Okay, I'll try. Білоруська мова шмат має шмат подобних слов до української мови. І для мене гэтая мова не ёсць чымсьці складаным, чтобы яе разумець. І я ведаю, што беларусы теж также калі яны знаходзяць штосьці на ютубе па-украінску, яны глядзяць гэта, яны разумеюць усё. So my Belarusian is really broken, I cannot speak it properly, but I said that Belarusian and Ukrainian have a lot in common, a lot of words in common, so they can be, they are mutually intelligible, like almost completely, and Belarusians, when they find some video in Ukrainian, they just go and watch it because they will understand like most of it. And with me and the Belarusian language is the same. So basically the languages are mutually intelligible, but I have never had an opportunity to speak it. And in addition, I'm now a bit stressed, so I mixed it a lot with Ukrainian and Russian. I tried not to mix it with Russian, but mixed it with Ukrainian a bit. Okay, so that's all for today. I don't know how many languages have I spoken so far, but and I hope I have not forgotten some important languages that I speak. With Portuguese, for example, eu falo um pouquinho português, pero eu não posso falar português fluidamente. So I speak a bit Portuguese, but I cannot speak it fluently. I cannot speak it at all. But I understand it because it's similar to Spanish, it's similar to Italian, it's similar to French. So there's no problem in understanding Portuguese. There's no problem in understanding Catalan, for example, Occitan, any other Romance language. Romanian a bit, but I have studied it a bit, so it's a bit easier for me right now. But I won't speak it because I can't. Eu nu pot să vorbesc limba română. Okay, so that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a vlog mostly for me and for my Filipino friend. I believe she's from Philippines. So I wish you all the best and take care. Bye.